The Zolly effect can be used pretty effectively. So, what is the Zolly effect? Zolly is the combination of zooming and dollying. So, here I have a photo of Ponyo, and I just have the bottom layer on. And if you just watch the effect, all I'm doing is just basically taking the camera and dollying away from the from Ponyo. So as if the camera is on a track, and I'm moving the camera away, so it gets smaller, obviously. Now Zolly is to zoom in. So let's just look at this one here. So in this particular one, I just masked her out. I just put a mask, and in this case, I'm zooming in. So I'm taking my zoom and I'm zooming into her. So now the Zolly is a combination of the two, like this. So the background's going to get smaller and she's going to get bigger. That's called the Zolly effect. All right. So the way I did this is I just took this bottom layer has nothing on it. It's just a photo, just stuck like that. And all I did was just animated it. If I type a U, you see here I have some animated keyframes here. It scales from on 100%, or actually smaller, to bigger, right? So it gets from big to small. Sorry, my bad. It goes from big to small, right? Just goes big to small. And then I added some tint to it. So I took that layer and I added this tint effect. And all I did is I'm going to turn on that tint effect. And in the beginning here, the tint is 0, so there's no tint. And then here, the tint is 100%, so it becomes black and white essentially. So over time, it just gets smaller and changes to black and white. And then on the top layer, what I did is I took the same photo, so let me turn off the bottom layer. I essentially masked her. So I'm going to double click on the top layer and I'll show you what I masked. So I took that same photo and I created a mask. So M for mask. There's that mask path. I just created this custom mask like this, and it masked her out. So then what I did for her, back to the composition Zolly effect, if I turn on my keyframes, U, I just scaled her up. So in this case, the scale is 67.5, and then here I scaled her up to be bigger. So she gets bigger. So then the whole effect, where are we? So let's turn this one back on. The whole effect, back to home, looks like the Zolly effect with a single photo. With a little bit of color correction. So the fact that it goes to black and white in the background makes her stand out even more because now she's the only one in color. So that's called the Zolly effect. I think if you use that carefully, don't use it too much. It could be a little bit like disorienting if you use it over and over and over. But if you use it, judiciously, it should be a nice effect.